What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a good day because today I'm going to talk about a fairly serious topic. So in this video I want to talk about something that I think anybody joining the military right now should keep in mind before they join, and I definitely thought about before I joined. What I'm talking about is the current state of events and just the current state of the world, all the stuff that's going on in the United States with other countries, going on in Syria and all that stuff. And honestly, a lot of people join the military thinking that they're just going to join, they're going to do their time, or they're just going to join the reserves or something like that. And because they're joining the reserves, they're never going to get deployed. They're never going to have to go and really do anything. A lot of people do that with that mindset, thinking that nothing's ever going to happen. And then you go to basic training or you do something like that, and the drill sergeants, a lot of these older NCOs and stuff are like really hardcore and get this stuff. You should know this because there might be a time and a place when you're going to have to shoot somebody and kill somebody, right? And that's kind of what I want to talk about. For most people my age, a little bit younger, all you guys trying to join the military right now, we haven't really experienced war in our adult lives, right? So we've been in a peacetime for a good amount of time now, and in the next few years, in the next definitely in the next 10 years, right? So sometime soon something is bound to happen, and you need to be prepared mentally for if that happens, whatever it is. You need to be prepared to do what you got to do. Now, the vast majority of people joining the military, I think, do think that way, but I know there are some that don't. So just keep this in mind. Whenever you're joining the military, one of the reasons that people respect people who join the military, and one of the reasons I expect anybody who joins, whether it's the National Guard, the reserves, active duty, Coast Guard, Marines, Navy, even cops, anybody who's in some sort of government, military, I think deserves some kind of respect, because every single one of those people, whether you like it or not, you are signing that contract saying, I will give my life and I will die for this country. I will die for what I am doing. I will die for the person standing next to me. I will literally give my life for something, which a lot of people in the world can't say, right? So we're putting our life on the line, even if it's just the most, even if you're trying to do a job that has the least amount of potential for seeing combat, there's still that chance. For me, with my job, I'm not doing infantry or anything like that. I'm not trying to do special forces, but when war comes, and you don't have to be infantry to fight in a battle. You don't have to, you could be a transportation guy, you could be a truck driver, and you're on a convoy and you get attacked. Well, at that point, you're no longer a truck driver, you're an infantryman, and you need to think about that. So all the 88 mics out there who are trying to be truck drivers, all the guys like myself who are Signal 25 Bravo series, you need to think about that, and you need to take things seriously whenever you go to basic training and you're learning these the warrior tasks and battle drills, and you're learning battle drill 1 alpha, and you're learning near ambush and all these things. It could be literally life or death whether or not you know something, because if you're not in a combat MOS, is the basic training time that you learn this stuff could be the only time in your career up until you see combat that you are taught this. You're gonna be taught your job, and technically everybody in the Army is infantry first, but being a 25 Bravo, I'm gonna learn IT stuff. On a normal day for me, it's not gonna be going out doing some infantry tactics. But if I get deployed into an area and stuff goes bad, during war, during whatever's going on, if something happens, I need to know what the heck to do. I need to know what Battle Drill 1 Alpha is, and I need to know if I'm going to react to a near ambush, if I'm going to react to a far ambush, what to do. And that literally could be life or death. So take these things seriously, guys. It's just something that hit me that I was talking about in my previous video. I talked about how currently, since we are in peacetime, there's not a whole lot going on unless you're, SF or Rangers or something like that. There's not a whole lot going on currently. But the thing is, guys, is if you're about to join, for me, I'm about to become a second lieutenant, so it's kind of like joining again. I've been in for a couple of years, but I'm about to be a second lieutenant now. And for us, all of us guys that are the new Army, everybody who came in, during like 9/11, all that stuff, because there was a huge wave of people who came in. All those people are leaving the military right now, and then the new group, which is us, we're going to be the guys who are going to take on the next thing, whether it's freaking Russia, Syria, North Korea, whatever it is. We're going to be the guys who take that on. And we're not going to be in peacetime forever. As much as anybody would ever love to never go to war again, it's going to happen. And I think I really try, whenever I'm getting training on these infantry tactics, I really try to think about it. If I don't know this, it could cost me my life. It could cost my friend their life. If you go to the range and you're like, well, I'm never going to shoot a weapon again, it doesn't matter. Well, at some point in your career, you have no clue what's going to happen. And at some point in your career, you could need to actually shoot your freaking weapon at somebody, and it's either going to be you or him. And that's something that I just want to talk about. I wanted to put this video out there. I don't think I've talked about it too much. And yeah, I think it's really important. Life or death situation, what are you going to do? That's something for everybody to keep in mind. And that's something that I think people should respect about people in the military, because everybody in the military has the potential to die. And, you're not going to die, but you have a much higher percentage chance of dying in the military, fighting for your country, fighting for, whatever you're supposed to do. And I think that is just regardless of your MOS, because, World War I was pretty big, World War II was bigger, and as these wars are going on, even though, technology is supposed to take over, there's still always going to be bombs going off. There's still always going to be bullets flying, and you need to know that could happen. So take things seriously, guys. When you go through basic training and you're learning these tactics, whenever the drill sergeants are yelling at you and they're just like pissed off at you because you're not taking things seriously, just know that most of them have seen combat. They've seen, people get shot. They've seen things happen. And then whenever they look at you and you're not taking things seriously, they're just like, what the heck? If you don't understand this, you're going to die. And that's just the fact of the matter for them. That's the way they're thinking, and that's the way I think you should think. I think you should think, knowing this stuff is really, really, really important. So learn it while you can. Do your rock drills. Take things seriously whenever you're trying to qualify. Actually practice with your weapon, because you're not always going to have the kind of training and the access to the drill sergeants there. Because like I've said before, the drill sergeants are there to train you, to make you the best soldier that you can possibly be. So if you have questions, if you want to ask them about really anything, you shouldn't ask them like personal questions, but if you want to ask them anything that will help you out, definitely do that. Take advantage of those experts in their field for that time, because I've said this like 50 times already. You may not get that kind of training again. If you're doing ROTC, we got training again, or technically I did, because I've already done it before, or went to base training and now doing ROTC. But yeah, so keep that in mind, guys. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know, it was just something I wanted to talk about. It was on my chest. I wanted to get it out there because there's a lot of terrorist attacks and stuff going on right now. There's a whole lot of talks about, Russia, North Korea, all these different places, and I just wanted to talk about it for a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.